this idea that the international community supports what Israel is doing acts as if the United States, Western Europe, and a few white settler colonies in Japan are the international community. They aren't. They're a pimple on the backside of humanity. The international community is India and China, Bangladesh, Indonesia, Pakistan, Congo, Nigeria, Brazil. I could go on. Those are the people who voted in the United Nations for a ceasefire. 120 countries. There were 14. There were 14 that voted against. 6 island nations, the United States, Israel, and a bunch of hangers-on. That's not the world. The world is actually with us. Indeed, in this country, the press, no. The politicians, no. The universities, certainly no. And by that I mean the administrations. But look at the campus that I teach on. 5 years ago, Columbia students voted overwhelmingly in support of boycott, divestment, and sanctions of companies that support the occupation. Overwhelmingly. Same thing happened at Brown. Same thing happened at Barnard. Same thing happened at Michigan. Same thing happened at almost every university where the thing was put to a vote. The students are with us. By a vote, we know that. I was on the television the other day for my sins. It's a terrible thing to go on television. I promise you, don't do it if you don't have to. And I mentioned that young people are with us. And God bless her, the interviewer said to me, yeah, there's a poll here that says on Biden's handling of the Gaza situation, in the age group from 18 to 35, he has 10% support. 10%! I could give you more polls. They are terrified of us. That's why we're getting censorship.
Hi, my name's Leslie. I live in Scotland, and I want you to know you amazing, resilient, undefeatable people of Palestine. I'm rooting for you. I'm thinking of you every day, every single day. I think about you before I go to my bed, as soon as I wake up in the morning. I think about you all the time. I think about your strength. I think about your heartache. I think about your sorrow. I think about how unfair it is, how terrible it is that the Western world that I belong to are doing this, because it's them. They're supporting what Israel are doing to you. And it's no nice. It isn't. It's just no nice. And I don't know, you maybe will not be able to understand what I'm saying, but I'll try and be as clear as I possibly can to say I support you in Palestine, who can see this, who can hear this. I support you. I'm with you. I stand with you. I will do everything in my power to ensure that you continue to live. Nobody with any kind of a heart are siding with the occupying state of devils. I can't even say the name. They're just devils. I'm one person telling you this, but I can assure you there are millions of people across the world that feel the same. Take courage. I feel stupid saying that, because how can you take courage when evil is discriminating, just bombing you, bombing your infrastructure, bombing your hospitals, bombing everything? Just know the majority of the world loves you. You.
You're needed on the phone.
Exactly, you. I love you. And I'm just a wee wifey for Scotland. Know that you'll understand that, but hey-ho.
I want the hell that is raining down on Gaza to stop, and to stop now. And we are duty bound to do everything that we can to bring about that result. There's more than 9,000 deaths now, tens of thousands injured, and we're not to know how many lost and buried in the rubble that is now Gaza. And the world is shouting, stop. Israel chooses not to heed that call, and therefore the position of the Israeli ambassador to Ireland is now untenable, while Israel persists with this deepening violence, while they ignore the international call for a ceasefire. So we want the international community, and in the first instance the government in Dublin, to use every mechanism, diplomatic, political, to maximise pressure on Israel to deliver that ceasefire. It cannot stand that Israel breaks international law, breaks humanitarian law, inflicts this level of suffering on a civilian population, ignores the international call for ceasefire, and yet faces no consequence for that.
تحياتي طارق. I really want to thank you, Israel, for the last couple of weeks. I really want to thank you for finally liberating the American public from your grip. I really want to thank you for finally allowing people to criticize you freely without being scared. People were terrified of you, but right now they're not. The whole world is speaking out against your atrocities, against your lobby, against the control of the media. I want to thank you for uniting the whole world in support of the Palestinian people. I want to thank you for making us the #1 case in the world. I want to thank you for exposing the traitors and the cowards and the people that pretend to be for humanity, but they're nothing but conspiring and complicit for atrocities around the world. I want to thank you for finally showing the world who you really are. And I want to thank you for liberating the Palestinian people, because this is the end. I want to thank you for so many things, uniting us. What a weekend we had. We all came together and we celebrated the freedom from your grip. Eventually, everyone is going to be free from your monstrous grip.
Dear people of Israel, 90% of the world is now against you. Not because of your race or religion, but because of the actions of your elected government. The world will never forget, even if you win this war, just like how you will never forget the Holocaust. The blockade on the citizens of Gaza is just like the Nazis' concentration camps. The carpet bombing of civilians, hospitals, and places of worship is the same as the Nazis' gas chambers. Can't you see that you have become your own worst enemy? Your leader does not care about the lives of the hostages, saying that their safety is not a priority. Even the so-called terrorists have treated the hostages with kindness and gentleness that your government lacked. Numerous accounts from your fellow Israelis have mentioned that your army have indiscriminately shot and killed your own people while the aggressors were protecting them. A veil has covered your eyes, and your ears have been blocked by your government, the same government that incited disagreement, sowing division by injecting misleading information. Open your eyes, O people of Israel. See what the rest of the world sees.